Thank you all so much for tuning into the Millennial Curator Podcast. I am joined by, I can't say this is a special guest. I have to say this is my brother. This is my friend. This is a man that was a part of my wedding. This is a man that I look at as a godfather to my child. He's the on-screen talent and director of marketing for Hoop State Network. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir. You got it
There
right.
we go. So just to kind of give everybody an outline of how my podcast works, right? We have conversations here, right? We're not interviewing. You're going to get a little bit of me. You're going to get a little bit of Rodney. Hopefully we help you. You know, at the end of the day, we have a little bit of fun. We have some laughs and we call it a day. Does that sound like a plan? All right. So Rodney, our first topic. I titled this one, Put Me in the Game, Coach. And I designed that topic, man, with you in mind in particular, because with you being the director of marketing for Hoop State Network, and with you also doing announcements, I'm not going to talk. You tell, what do you do on the weekends? When we see you online, what are you doing on the weekends?
So, what I do for the Hoop State Network, I do a bunch of things. Actually, we broadcast basketball games. Some of the best high school players in the Southeast region, all over the country. Like for example, this weekend coming up here, we actually got a game featuring Mikey Williams out of California. He's probably one of the top five. He's probably one of the top 5 high school basketball players in the United States right now. He actually goes to school at Lake Norman Christian. We got his game. He has 2.8 million followers on Instagram. Drake just sent him some gear. It was like, do a commercial for me, and so we actually broadcasting his game Saturday. But that's normally what we do. We broadcast different kids and showcasing and try to give them a spot.
Pause right there. Give them the name one more time so they know that when they watch the Millennial Curator Podcast, when they go back and they watch Hoop State Network, and this guy's in the NBA, and he's averaging 20 points a game, 25 points a game, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Give him the name one more time.
Mikey Williams.
Mikey Williams. Y'all remember that name?
Absolutely, bro. Kid's from California. He transferred from California to Lake Norman, to a school in Lake Norman. So we got him this Saturday night, man. So, but for us, man, we're essential because and during this whole pandemic, we gave kids an outlet where college coaches weren't able to come see them. So for us, it was an opportunity for us to, stream the games and let kids be seen. So I can't even count the number of kids that got like full scholarships to college just off of coaches watching our games. So, that's definitely been a blessing.
So let's unpack that a little bit, man. Where did your passion for helping kids, where did that come from?
Oh, man. So for me, you me from the day we met, man. I've always been a basketball junkie, bro. Like that's just who I've been, bro.
Day one. Don't let the big man fool you. He can put it down. Don't let him fool you.
I appreciate that. I'm a little washed now, but
now we're a little washed, right? We got little knees and we got little elbows, little ankles. We're a little washed now, but the jumper's still wet.
Yeah, the jumper's still there. But for me, man, honestly, I knew at an early age that I love the game of basketball, and obviously the NBA wasn't in my plan. So for me, I just wanted to find a way to stay around the game. And it started with me with my cousin Jalen Harris. He was coming through basketball as a young kid, and he started becoming really good. And I kind of developed this whole he's Jalen's like manager or hype man or whatever you want to call me. But through that, I honestly got to develop a lot of relationships in the game of basketball with a lot of important people. So it allowed me to kind of venture off and do my own thing in terms of figuring out how I want to help people. So
I like it, man. And like I said, I more power to you, man. I think anything that we can do to help these young people, definitely like you, as you mentioned now with the pandemic and everything that's going on, like they need an outlet. And what better outlet than basketball or a sport that they can be active, they can network with some of the right people. I mean, some of these guys, man, they're going to play. They're going to play. They're going to play in the NBA. And some of these guys, they're going to play overseas. And some of these guys, their career is going to stop after college. But I think if we can give them an outlet, and not only give them an outlet, but we give them opportunities. They could be the next announcer. They could be on Hoop State. But that just gives them an opportunity like, hey, I'm here for you. Whatever you need, I can offer it to you. And, you take the next step from there. So next topic is called relax and take notes. All right. I'm going to say that again. It's called relax and take notes. So do you feel that you had the opportunity to kind of sit down, listen, and learn from others to kind of perfect your
No,
craft?
for sure. The person I look at the most, honestly, is Jalen Rose. One thing I pride myself on in this whole basketball industry is being authentic. A lot of times you don't get a lot of people who are authentic. They push narratives to make people listen to them or clickbait and things like that. For me, I'm really really into being authentic. So for me, Jalen Rose is somebody I look at like, yo, he's been there, he knows the game, and he's gonna tell it like it is, and he don't really care who he piss off, like but he's gonna tell the truth. I love Jalen Rose. I love Mark Jackson as well too. Those guys, on the podcast side, man, I love Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. All in the Smoke, like that's a really really good podcast. Matt Barnes is to be an NBA player. People think NBA guys are dumb. Like he's really well spoken. So I like watching him. I like my ignorance as well. I like Joe Budden's podcast as well too. So just because with Joe with a podcast, you had to be able to command the podcast and take it, know where you're going with it, say each segment, and Joe does that just almost better than anybody,
I couldn't agree more, man. I love Joe. I love Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is one of my idols, man. I always watched him. We kind of grew up watching Fear Factor, so that's kind of where
Yeah,
we know Joe Rogan from. But like you said, man, super intelligent. Commands the audience,
hmm
knows what he's talking about. And I the reason why I wanted to dive into this subject is because I feel like there are times where people don't really relax and take notes. Like they're just like, I want to do something. And more
yes,
so too for like younger people and even for millennials. I think sometimes we're scrolling in our phone and we see something, we're like, I can do that.
yes,
That's not really how, life works. Like sometimes you got to sit back, listen, and learn. And, I mentioned, I've been in learning and development now, man. Oh my
hmm
gosh. Like I said, going on 12 years, like you don't just pick up a pen and a laptop and start becoming a trainer.
I agree.
Like you have to sit back and you've got to watch other trainers. You got to go to, you've got to go to facilitation class. You got to get certified in this. And I don't feel like we do that sometimes. I feel like we just like, you know what? I can do this.
But see, people don't understand. You have to build when you step into the corporate world. You have to build your brand for one, and then you have to build a following behind you. Because a lot of times in the corporate world, what people want to see is, can you lead? Can you bring other people along with you? And so that's something that we all got to learn. Even in the business I'm in now, like I try to bring people along with me. There got kids that hit me all the time, say, "Hey, Rod, man, I love what you do. What can I do to get into business?" And I always tell them, be authentic, bro. Like what you believe in, stick to what you're gonna, and just keep going. And that way, so now you start to build a follow.
Pause right there. Say that one more time. Be what?
Be authentic, man.
Bro. Like that's one thing I still think as far as millennials, man, we still put on for people. Like sometimes we have a tendency to put on. Like I myself, man, I was always known as one of the coolest nerds that Like I was never really out there like I'm the cool guy. It just so happened to be that I was a cool
I
person
was
that
like,
people around.
Rome is my just naturally cool friend. I was like, you remember Stefan Urkel on Family Matters with about the chamber? I said, that's Rome, man. Like, I don't know how that's better to tell you. That's just like it's just the smooth, right?
But I think, you know what I'm saying? I think that people they could do that more. Just be yourself. Like you don't have to be who they want you to be or who society wants you to be. And like you mentioned earlier, like you've got that microwave, you know what I'm saying, mentality. You've got the instant
Right.
gratification mentality. And I think that honestly, it holds so many people back from achieving their full potential.
Right.
And so last section, man, this one, I titled this one, Help Me Help You. So we talked about people that are influencers. We talked about people that we watch. As far as someone helping you, and I want to come bring this one back to like our family. Is there anybody that's in your family that you feel like help Rodney get to where he is in life
Well,
now?
first and foremost, man, you not to be on those no mushy stuff, but I give all the credit and the word to my wife, man, just because as behind every great man, there's an even greater woman. So, just like with your wife, she anything that you want to do in life, anything you put your mind to, she's like, you can do it. I believe in you. We love you. We want you to go as hard as you can do it. So, for me doing this stuff, it requires a lot of time away from home, especially on the weekends. And my wife has been, she's been very supportive of that, and not nagging me or anything like that. She's just telling me to go chase my dreams, and we'll be here when you get back. So obviously, my wife, man, first that's I mean, I couldn't have done it without her.
No, that's cool, man. Well, I want to thank you, bro. Like, thank you. I know that you're a busy man. You're a father. You're a husband. We're filming for anybody that's watching. We're filming, man. It's late night. But that again shows your dedication. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you, just to have a conversation. Thank you so much, man. Anything that you want to leave the people with?
Now, first and foremost, thank you for having me, bro. I think this idea, you remember I told you when you first kicked around the idea, I told you this was brilliant. I think this is definitely your lane, your avenue, because like I said, you have a wealth of knowledge, and I think the world needs to hear what you have to say. So, first of all, I'm honored to be the first. I'm the first guest. I want to mention first guest. I'm honored to be on the pilot episode. So much love and appreciation, bro. It's always been love since 2002.
From day one, man. We've been brothers, man. So I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I love you. I think that's
love
something
too,
as
bro.
well that we need to say more as men, as millennials.
Absolutely.
Like everything that's going on, man, we got to spend more time saying, hey, I love you, man. So I appreciate you, my brother. So tell the people, man, where can they find you? Where's your Instagram? Where's your Facebook? Where can they watch Hoop State? Like, tell them where they can tune in.
Yeah. Got you, man. So our YouTube channel is Hoop State Network. You can follow us on Instagram at Hoop State Network. My personal pages are Rod Bridgers, all one word, and then Rod_Bridgers as well on Twitter.
And man, I also want to say too, man, thank you so much for giving us the Twitter handles, the Facebook. Man, you're probably one of the funniest. If you guys follow him on Facebook, if you are down in your day and you want a good laugh, he is no holds bar laughing. So it doesn't matter what he's going to joke about. He's going to joke about something, but I promise you, man, you will laugh. That's something I think we just need to do more as a culture, man. I was watching the Dave Chappelle monologue, and I'm listening to the audience, and I'm like, this is hilarious. Like, you gotta laugh. Everything is so sensitive now. And I think our generation, honestly, has been a part of that because of the way we were raised. And we were some of the first people to be introduced to social media. Like, it's all laughs and it's jokes, man. If you can't take a laugh or a joke, man, 10, 15 years from now, I feel sorry, bro. Like, I feel sorry for all of us. But yeah, man. So I appreciate it again, man. Rodney Bridgers, Hoop State Network. Catch him, man. Facebook, Instagram, you name it, Twitter. You can find him. Also, check out my man Jalen Harris. He will be starting point guard this year. You can find him at Georgetown. Check him out. Thank you so much, my brother.
Appreciate you, bro. Love, bro.
Already.